Check. Mic test. Checking. Alright, I think we're live. Are we? Yeah, I think we are. For a minute, let me just share the link to the people I know, yeah? Probably not here. Sorry guys, good morning, anyhow. Where's that? Here, okay. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about cables today. What even is placebo? Those stuff. And also the Pula Audio, I got it. Thanks so much, Hi-Fi Go, for that. Where is it even? Trying to look for that place. No. Oh, there we go. Okay. I know. I just maybe you've noticed it's a different quality. So I'm using my Fuji XX10 now, and yeah, I'm using a capture card, everything. So let me know if you can hear me. Check mic test. Not sure if you can hear me. Oop. All right. So yeah, the reason I want to talk about do you believe in cables is Effect Audio. Recent Effect Audio sent me one of their cables, the Cadmus Lite. So I don't know if you believe in cables or something, but what do you think? Cable is a myth, yeah. Yep. But let's start with placebo first. Like what even is placebo? Any idea what placebo is? So placebo, usually it's often used in the medical world. Basically it's, you know, the placebo effect is the ability of your body to do something. Yeah, I have to agree with that. It does have something, but not to the degree that I know, I understand, I get it. And I just saw a post, like, I don't know, from Facebook. Something was I think during the Shenzhen Audio something, they were selling like $5,000 cable. That's, man, I can't fathom that. Anyhow, going back to placebo, so you know, it's the ability, not really the ability, it's the yeah, it could be the ability of your brain to follow your beliefs. Like if you think you're healing, then your body tries to heal it. Now it is pretty significant in medicine. I mean, like, placebo is a good thing because it actually renders the same results. Like, for example, this drug helps you remove headache. Placebo gives you the same result, and it's good. It's good. A placebo has never been bad. It's always good because it's cost effective. You don't need to spend something, you know. However, it is significant in medicine because they want to rule out if the effects of the medication is placebo or not. Okay. So, placebo is not really bad, it is actually good, but they want to rule out if the effects, if the healing, because usually when they do research, they you know, they group the patients in like group A, group B, something like that, and there's a placebo group. So they want to know if there is enough significance to defeat the placebo, because there's going to be placebo anyhow. Can you imagine, like, if they don't do that research, if there's really no effects of the medications, you're buying it and you don't know, it's, you know, like, I mean, it's good, but there's no objective data for that to heal you in any way. My point is, I'm laying down the foundation that in audio, it's a little bit different because you're not really dealing with life. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of placebo going on. Yeah, there's a lot of placebo going on, like DAPs, cables. There's just so many things, and I believe there's so many placebo going on. And even if there is placebo, do you think it's bad? Because eventually, if the end result of it is you having a good time with your music, then how is it bad if it's placebo? That's my point. Yeah, I know there is a difference. There's a little bit of difference, and it really just boils down to, are you going to like or dislike the difference, or even if it's just placebo? I'm pretty sure the more expensive the product is, the stronger the placebo. But eventually, I mean, like, the end result is, hey, like, if you're hearing difference and you like it, good for you. Now people might argue that, you know, they want to really have an objective data. I mean, like, for research purposes, placebo, like in audio, research purposes in audio, and then versus placebo, maybe that can be useful for research purposes. But since it is not life threatening, I don't think that's not really relevant. So let the audio folks enjoy their placebo, you know? Like, there's really nothing bad about that. I don't know why. I mean, yeah, I know, like, it can be, like, on a perspective that companies are selling stuff that are not, there's really no objective data to change the sound. It can be, you know, if you look at it in a different angle, they're just milking, you know, you're just milking you. You can see that as unethical, you know. That, yeah, you can see that in that angle, of course. But that's just how the mind is. That's just how it works. It's part of the tuning. Yeah. How do you like my It's good. I don't know. I just bought a capture card on Amazon. It's a cheap one, about $10. Cause and now I can use my DSLR camera to shoot videos. The reason I bought that is actually because of this Mauno mic. So Mauno, thank you so much for sending me this. And in order for me to review this, it was hard because I can't connect this to my camera. So I was like, how do I do this? So the only way is to connect both to the computer and shoot through OBS. And yeah, and I think I sound good with this. I the Mauno, I don't know, like they do measurements and they measured this mic and it looks like it's not flat but close to flat. So I think they know what they're doing. Um so yeah. Moving back to okay, now where's the Cadmus light? let's talk about let's talk about Placebo here. Now, the reason for me, the reason why I would probably recommend a cable is aesthetics. If there is even a sound difference, maybe I'm gonna talk about it a little bit, but probably it's more about aesthetics and feel. Now, the way I say that is, like, I know people spend on money on keyboards, but why would someone spend $100 on a key? Like you know, change they change the key hot swappable or something. Not into keyboards, but you know, a lot of people buy keys. What's that for? Does it like objectively improve your gaming? Aesthetics, yeah. Aesthetic, like the way, like I'm from a region in the Philippines, and our English there, it's a little bit rough, not rough, but kind of like stiff, and we say aesthetic. We say aesthetic. All right. So yeah. So here we have the Cadmus light. It's light. I mean, they I remember because Hi-Fi Go, they had I think they had a collab with Effect Audio. Did they? Yeah, I think they had one. Let me just move this chair. So they had a collab with Effect Audio, and the unboxing was pretty. The unboxing was pretty good. I mean, it was big, so big means good. And now they have the Cadmus light, and this is the box. It's like typical KZ. Now I do like how the cable feels. Now, how much is this though? Cadmus light, $149. Oh my god, really? $149. It does feel good. It's a 4.4 termination. No wonder why they sent me. No one's probably buying them, because 4.4, if you're gonna use 4.4, you better have a DAP. You know, like, where are you gonna connect? Where are you gonna use it? You know. So if you have a DAP, and not a lot, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are not. They only have their phones as sources or dongles. Probably dongles. They have 4.4. Anyhow, so it feels good. It's better than the Hi-Fi Go version. And so that can be placebo, you know, like you're feeling it, put in your earphone, it's silver, and so probably your mind tricks you into like, oh, this could be bright. Oh man. Now this is a little bit tricky because say for example with there's a lot of things going on really in the chain. I'm not really particularly interested in like the you know, like what cables sound, but have you ever thought about, because people usually think about cable IEM pairing, You know, like pair cable and then the IM. But I actually thought about, what if the difference actually was with the source and cable pairing? No one's ever thought of that, right? I mean, I thought about that. I talked about that a little bit in Paul Wasabi's stream. You know, if someone has done any measurements with cable and source pairing. Apparently someone was doing some research about it. Anyhow, think the reason the reason is because, for example, I'm using my Shanling M3 Plus, and you know, other cables are 3.5, and this cable, it comes with 4.4 balanced, and so of course I'm gonna use a 4.4 balance. But the thing is, when I use 4.4 balance on this DAP, it triggers the DAP to use all 4 DACs with better amplification. You know what I mean? So, you know? Yeah, of course, there's a little bit difference in volume and SPL, and that can be, you know, perceived as a change in sound. Yeah. That can be, you know, like a lot of people think that way. But then again, it's really hard to justify buying a cable other than aesthetics, at least for me. I don't know for you. Masha. Oh my god. My dog. Oh my god, he likes squirrels. Masha. Squirrels. Oh my god. I don't know if you can. This has active noise cancelling, so if I do like that, blue, I don't know, like the difference in color is like, I think this one doesn't have noise cancelling. This one has light, medium, blue. No, probably I'll just go with light noise cancelling. So yeah, that's, I don't know, what do you think about cables? Because I know it's a debate. A lot of people feel the changes, and it's even with like the physical aspects of the cable that people don't really think of. So for example, what I mean about the physical aspects is the way the angle of the hooks are. You know what I mean? The hooks, the R and L hooks, these, the way they are angled changes the fit of your IM and changes the orientation a little bit. Are we on the same side here? It is true. It is true. There are cables that changes, like if they're too angled like this, so it changes the orientation. So for example, if you're wearing an IM like this, and because of the angled connection, you could wear it like, I don't know, just some IMs, they have different, they get different fit because of the cable. That can also change how you perceive sound, you know? That's a possibility. So there are many ways why it would alter the sound. And to be honest, yeah, there are times when I cable swap, and it's probably just placebo. But the longer you are in the hobby, the more you realize that, man, I don't have time for this. You know? Like, you know, there is a difference, but it's not worth spending your time with. You know what I mean? It's yeah. Um, with sources though, with sources, cause uh, not all, but probably just bad measuring sources. So when I was in way back when I was in the Philippines, and we used to do like audio meetups, um, and like yeah, we share impressions on something, and there was this one friend who has LG source, and we were trying it with the Cadenza 12, Let's Sure Cadenza 12, and I think three of us, most of us, thought that it sounded bright. Like it was just noticeably brighter with the LG phone. I think the LG was, I don't know, like quad DAC or something, dual DAC, I don't know. But it was just noticeably bright. And Shanling M3X was warmer. So, maybe it was. I think that this kind of, not really debate, but this kind of like talk was like started, I don't know, 10 years ago, like that, when companies, I mean, I know there's like good measuring DACs. I don't know how they measure that, flat, blah blah blah. But it feels like they've reached a peak in manufacturing and the circuitry and everything. They've reached a peak. You can't even tell the difference anymore. It's just it. It's just that then maybe 10 years ago, there were like companies who were just really bad. I mean, the sources probably were just measuring very bad. There were static, there were noise levels, stuff like that. But now, like even J Cali dongles, they've improved, man. And they've improved to the point wherein like what's more to upgrade? And you can't tell the difference really. And I think, I mean, like people say that the Apple dongle was like the peak. Yeah, it measured really good. And it's, like you can't probably tell the difference anymore with, with using the Apple dongle. So that's about sources, man. Okay. And so let's talk about the Pula Audio Unicrom. There's a box in here. I've got the what color do I have? This is not a review. Just impressions. I've got the blue. Why did I choose blue? Got the blue here. Let's see. Never mind. I was watching my battery if it's, So, Pula Audio. In my language, I don't know. It's, I know reviewers are gonna say Pula Audio, but I think it's Spanish. Pula is red. Yeah, we say Pula. Pula in Filipino, because I think it's Spanish in origin. Pula is red. Alright, let me just make sure. I'm pretty sure it's Spanish. What is red in? If it's not, I'd be damned. No. Roja. Huh, that's interesting. Where did Pula came from then? What is the meaning of Pula? Man, like, no. Where did it come from? Austronesian language? Yeah, so it's apparently it's Filipino, but where from? Yeah. I don't know where it came from. I don't know. Probably Indian? What is red in India? Nope, they don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, but anyhow, Pula means red. Man, I'm sorry for wasting your time. Alright, Pula Audio. Let me just try this again here. I had a brief listen yesterday. Just very brief. Was it brief though? Like probably a few minutes. I'm listening to CT. Hey, look at the sun. Oh man, that is crisp. Yeah, it is like V shape, U shape kind of sound. Yeah. It actually sounds really good. What I mean by that is, let me just. Okay, let's see here for audio. I'm gonna show you something, of course, but let me just switch to this one. All right. Oh man, no. Why is it not sharing my screen? Oh, there we go. All right. So, as you can see, that is the graph there of the Pula Audio Unicrom. It's pretty on graphs. It's pretty high there in the bass shelf. How many dB? So the way you count bass and other frequencies is like check the lowest, which is probably 60, and the bass goes to, so that's 10 dB of bass and sub bass combined, and 9 dB of gain. So that's pretty, it's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah, 10 dB. 10. So sub bass dominant with a little bit of mid bass in there. The gain peaks around 3.5, which is following the kind of like meta gain. Let me show you. There, like meta or daybreak. There, right? I mean, it's meta. Yeah, they choose the meta gain because that's in now. That's popular now, right? What else? And then so mids are everything is just natural sounding. How much is this again? Pula Audio, because I need to make my impressions relative to the price. Oh really? It's 80 bucks? No way. I thought it's like 100 bucks. Really? Wow, I didn't. Wow. And so this will go into my 61 to 120 price category. Man, it's yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna put this here. Am I able to edit this? Probably not. But yeah, this can go immediately. It's a rack for 60 to $120 category. I really thought it was 100. I thought it was, I don't know where it came from, but I had the impression that another $100 IM. It's 79. Okay, interesting. I'd choose this over pure. I choose over pure. Cause pure was like, yeah, that this was the problem with me with the pure. Really, this elevation in here around 300 to 800, that was just really, um, yeah, that was like, it. It was because of that, everything sounded kind of slower, plus a low gain. And so, I mean, pure is not dark, but it's just really, really warm. Correct sounding, but maybe it's just really preference. So yeah, it's graphing really good. But I actually found out. Look at that. It actually let me just remove the Unicrom here. Look at that. The gain is almost similar to the Red, Project Red. The gain, right? And then the Project Red, they have that impedance, right? The 10 ohm impedance. And look at that. it's almost it's almost like, yeah, it's gain. The gain is on spot. Like, anyhow, ooh. Man, the quality of my camera is so good. Like, if I switch from the webcam to this one here, it's like night and day difference. I like Fuji colors, yeah. So hopefully, yeah, I'm, you know, like reviewing is really fun for me because I learn lots of stuff. I'm not, um, I'm not, I'm not getting. I mean, I'm monetizing my videos, but I'm not earning yet, or am I? Now, I don't really mind if I'm earning or not. Haven't received any yet, but I don't mind. It's really just fun because I'm learning lots of stuff. Like, like if you watch my videos, like, dude, oh my god, I probably put my videos on private. It was, it's embarrassing, man. I mean, you can see my evolution and, you know, from crappy phone reviews, like just using my phone, crappy audio, and crappy mic, bought some mic, and I'm happy with my progress, you know. And here I am. So yeah, moving back to the Pula Audio, it's a nice set. Now, okay, fine, clean though, because okay, let me just put you back to there. Okay, fine, clean. All right, it's a tough choice. Yeah, both actually sound good, but which ones? Yeah, the clean has that a little bit of peak in there in the somewhere like 5 to 6K, which makes it, there's this wow factor with the clean. And so maybe if you're not really sensitive to treble, you like a little bit of treble energy, so you go with the clean. But for just the overall balance, I guess, like, because it's a little bit warm. The Unicrom is, it's in the like warmer side, I should say. And the thing I like about, not really like, but the thing that made me kind of like get interested with the Unicrom is actually how it handles treble, because you don't really see a lot of treble energy here, at least on how I graphed it. But it didn't sound like a DD treble. Yeah, it didn't sound like a DD treble. It sounded like a BA treble, and I mean it in a good way. Because I know sometimes treble can, there's like this BA timbre, but not like that. It's it, the transients, I can't explain. It's just it sounded like a hybrid. Close to the STL 2024. I mean, the STL 2024 is like noticeably like well separated, and it does really sound like, is this a hybrid? But it's just a planar. And also, man, like, okay, I didn't really. I mean, now because when I unboxed it yesterday, I really thought it was like $100 or something, and I listened to it. I'm like, yeah, another $100 I thought. And there's so many things to recommend around that price range anyway. And if they go on sale, this is like, I don't know, sub $60, which is really reasonable. Let me try this again. Let me know what songs I need to try, if they sound natural or something. Because right now I'm listening to City, and not City, but City. I actually I look for cymbal timbre when listening. I play drums. I mean, recently I've incorporated me playing drums, because when treble is elevated, it's hard for me to distinguish different kinds of cymbals, especially like the different crashes. And you know, I you know, like in drumming, it's hard because in drums you count by notes, so it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and so 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 9, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So you count by notes, and sometimes if usually cymbals are hit or anything, if it's a 16th note, I mean, it's faster and people are hitting different cymbals at one time. And it's just a joy to copy, not really copy, to cover a drum. And you know, you really want to know note per note on what they're hitting. I mean, I can of course I can read sheets, but it just sounds fulfilling if you listen by ear and cover by ear. That's how I grew up. I can read sheets, I know it's easier, but I learned better with, you know, when listening. Anyhow, so it's hard to distinguish, especially with planars that are really boosted into treble. Yeah. So, it's hard to distinguish. It almost feels like cymbals have the same timbre. Which is like, oh my god, how am I gonna catch this, you know? Like if it's an open hi-hat or a crash or a ride, I'm like, what the hell? Why do they sound the same? You know, and it's evident. I know I'm using electric drums, but hey, like even if I'm using real drums, they all go to the same audio input anyway, and I hear it from the monitor, an IEM or something, so of course I know how they sound in real life, because you know. But yeah, I mean, it's just that, I mean, those sounds are recorded, so that's how it is. But so far with the Pula Audio, is my dog on fire? No. That's funny, man. He's waiting for his squirrel. Yeah. Waiting for his friend squirrel. That is funny. Yeah, it's not offline. He's just on standby, and he's doing his best as he could to detect any movement, and yeah, that's funny. Um, right, going back to city. No, you know what? I'm gonna try a baby metal track. You guys listen to baby metal? Because I wanna. There's this track. Do I even have them? I'll explain later why I want to listen to this track. It's oh god, baby, it's forgot the name. Rondo of Nightmare. Rondo of Nightmare. The reason why is it I'm trying to catch the kick drums on this because they actually change the time signature, which is crazy. In the middle of yeah, they just changed the time signature, which is like what how did it do that, Dude, like I know I'm not really a fan before of their like cutesy and stuff. But the band behind it is like they're really really good. They're like it's so technical, man. Like like what? I'm listening to Rondo of Metal now, so yeah. Rides are okay, crashes are okay, hi-hats are okay, kicks are okay. Man, this kind of presentation is a little bit it's really deep. I mean, in soundstage, so it's really well separated. Oh my god. Ugh. Wow, it is very well separated. Okay? It is very well separated, man. Wow, that is interesting. Yeah, I mean, the K-Fine Clean it sounded clean, but the Pula Audio is this beryllium driver is something else, I guess. I mean, I'm not shilling here, really. I mean, it's just it's because of the price, like $80. If it was like 100, probably I'd still recommend the clean. But this is probably like an auto recommendation. I want to hear another one from Baby Metal. It's their collab with Slaughter to Prevail. You know that? Do you know Slaughter to Prevail? I think it's what's the name of the song? Song 3, dude. Like it was so I don't know if you know Slaughter to Prevail, dude, but this collab is sick. Let me try that. Or maybe I can. No, no, no. You don't have to, You know what? I'm gonna... Can I listen here? Wait, I think I can. I'm gonna use here and share so that you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, let's share the fun here. Control 9. And then... Yeah. I'm not sure if you can hear that though. Oh, no, I'm not getting any audio. Where am I getting audio from? Is it here? Oh, yeah. Okay. And I heard that it's the new one, the Momo-san she was doing part of the screams here. Yeah, they're cute as stuff, but like that kid there in like an Oni mask, that's deep, man. The riff, man, is like... No, I'm actually listening to instruments as well, so let me just move that forward. Oh, man. Oh. Oh. Man, I don't know. Like, am I even talking now? I don't know. It's... Probably my takeaway is... Yeah, the Pula audio is good. But I... Nope, not that one. Let me just go back here. It's good. It's good. Probably a little... The elevation here... Yeah, probably it's okay. Most people would like it. It's just a nitpick for me that the elevation on the mid bass, or probably even the sub bass, is a little bit too much, because it kind of like masks a little bit of the bass notes texture. Especially if you're on like heavy riffs, like they usually do drop tunings, you know, if you're familiar with drop tunings, and they're deep, you know, drop D or something. So they do drop, and so the bass kind of like goes really low on that, and when they're the same frequency with the kick drum, because they usually you call it I forgot the term. Oh god, I forgot a term. What's that? Oh man, why? Why now? No, it's not. Ah, gent. Sorry, yeah, gent. When you do gent, it's usually done in unison with the kick drum to give that a heavier feel. So, for example, let's say, man, I can't think of any. Say for example, karate. Baby metal karate. There's like a gent there. What's the gent on that? Anyhow, but it's supposed to go together, almost note per note. Actually, the bass drum, no, the bass guitar and the kick drum, almost note for note. So if the kick drum goes and the kick and the bass, and if the kick drum goes and so the bass guitar also has to do the same signature or count, and that it gives that heavier feel, and that's what gent is. And because if you don't do it together, it's a little bit all over the place. It just sounds cleaner when it's done together. So, and when it's done together and you have this elevation here, no, not that one. Yeah, and you have this elevation here. It's a little bit difficult to catch. It's not difficult to catch, but it's just that the flatter area around here and the lesser bass makes bass guitars more satisfying to listen to, if that makes sense. Yeah. Right. So I mean, a Pula Audio, it's good. But the question is, like, if you have K-Fine Clean, if you have like Truth Air Gate, does it warrant you to buy the Pula Audio? Like, I know I review stuff, and I know I can shill something, but I also wanna, I don't want people to be spending on something they're not gonna use. So, will it even have a chance in your rotation, if that makes sense? Subjectively and objectively, the Pula Unicrom sounds really good, but am I even recommending it with, yeah. Because there are also other good sets around this price range, like the Dunokima 2. The Galileo is probably a little bit outdated. The fit does remind me of the Galileo. It fits really good. But I think the Pula Audio, it is an all-rounder, but it's one of those all-rounders that doesn't have any major cons. It doesn't have any treble peaks. And at the same time, it has enough fun level. Yeah, so it's an all-rounder with enough fun level, if that makes sense. So that's the selling point of the Unicrom. Because you can be an all-rounder and just be boring, like... Yeah, you have the 500 LM. Yeah, the LM is... Yeah, it's already good. Although, yeah, it's a little bit elevated in there in the upper mids. It's cleaner. I think the LM is actually... It sounds cleaner overall. You have different nozzles too. So, like, I know... So maybe for beginning hobbyists, I can recommend, you know, like if they don't have the EW300, if they don't have anything here on the list. Yeah, I know. They sound amazing. Like the SimGut drivers are amazing. They sound clean. So, you know, like if you already have good sounding sets around that price, I don't really think you need the reason to buy any. Because if the Pula audio is better, it's probably not significant. It's not significant for that additional guest. I mean, like if you're doing like, again, I think I talked about this before. The best way to be in the hobby is to be. I know it's tiring, but if you think that you're gonna be here for quite some time, I think the best way to handle it is to be buying and selling stuff. Buy and sell, buy and sell. I know it's hard, you know, you always don't have buyers and but yeah. So that's my key takeaway with the Unicrom. It does sound good. It's nice. It's a nice driver to its beryllium. Reminded me of let me just relax. Alright. I think I'm out of battery here. Yeah, I should buy a dummy battery. If I'm gonna do OBS, I'm gonna... Sorry, guys. Just changing the battery. Is it working now? Control 8. Yeah, I'm back. Just changing the battery on the camera because, you know, I think I should buy a dummy. Dummy battery is like, it's connected, always connected to a power source, so I don't have to change batteries every time. Anyhow, so yeah. There we go. I think I'm gonna do, yeah, I shot my review on the Sivga UTG and the FIO FP3. I think I'm gonna release the FP3 first and then the UTG. Right, oh man, I forgot to say, the FP3 actually also goes here. No? Do I recommend the FP3 though? Yeah, FP3 is also a very good sounding planar. I think, and it's also priced $83, about the same price of the Pula Audio. So I may have to remove someone here or something. I don't know what. Man, it's hard. Probably the DZ4. Yeah, DZ4 is, yeah, it's too dry. It's just subjectively I like it. But FP3 is good. I have the yeah, I already reviewed the Luna. I already released my Fission. Fission is like, it sounds good, but it doesn't really, you know, there are IEMs. You know if an IEM is good if you like, if it breaks, not really breaks your rotation. If you know that like, for example, you go out and you wanna listen to it every time. You're gonna wanna grab it. That's why in my written reviews, I sometimes put like grab score. I just made it up, like grab score. Like if you're gonna grab it for the day, because there are IMs like that, you know. I have expensive stuff here, but sometimes I want to grab something that I really like. You know what I mean? So, and Tangent Fission doesn't seem to have that kind of quality. Yeah. And it's just sitting there somewhere. Yeah. So, yeah, it's also subjective, I know. And recently I've been listening to The Pilgrim because I realized that I was probably having a bad seal when I was listening to it. Maybe it's partly because of the shape. It's not that it's not sealing well, it's just that maybe the shorter nozzles does not really fit my ear canals, and so it feels like with silicone tips, the seal's partially broken. And so I've always thought that why does Pilgrim sound really soft? Like it didn't match how like how it's graphed and how I hear it, because it grafts really like it. Pilgrim it's very sub-bass dominant set. Look at that, it's, you know, like, and I like, why am I not hearing this, you know? And so I tried changing ear tips. I think I tried the Divinus, their silicone, ultra something, Divinus, not the silicone, it's the I forgot what it's called, but Divinus whites or transparent stuff. Man, the Pilgrim is really, really good. Yeah, it's really, really good. Very good treble extension, like very nice, and I just like it. I've been listening to it. I'm also getting the Crescent, the Zigot Crescent. So hopefully next week I'm gonna, you know, I get the chance to talk about it. Yeah. So last week I was talking about like the brands. I forgot where was I think I stopped at where did I think RT, I think Apple, I think I was from only A, I don't know, was I forgot where I stopped, but it was a fun chat, you know, like talking about different companies. But yeah, let's talk about that real quick here. Let's continue with that. Let's see. So what I have here, I think I talked about Apple. Apple's good. They continue to innovate with their tubing system that looks like worms. Ear canal worms. It's, yeah, they continue to innovate. They don't really release as many sets as others, and but I just didn't like the 5+2, man. A lot of people liked it, but maybe it's just really me. It's just different. Do I have it here? I haven't really. Let's see. Let me just try it again. It may be just, I don't know if it's my source or something, but let me just get that. All right. Take two. Take two for the Apple 5 plus 2. Alright. Maybe just my source. Now I have a supposedly a mature sounding source. Will it work? Or maybe it was just the ear tip. Can't really say. Could be the ear tip. We'll see. Bruh, this is so hard to... Oh god, like... Look, I think when I sent the 5 plus 2 to Paul... Was it to Paul? I told him not... I said like, no, don't remove the pins. Because it was so... It's so hard to get in. And apparently, when I got it back, someone has taken it out. I don't know how they managed to do that, but oh god, this is so... No, it's so hard. Oh. Okay, let me just get an ear tip here. Sorry guys. I mean, like, you can listen to my background music. OBS is nice. Like, you can do anything with it. It's a nice Alright. 5 plus 2. And I want to try Urban Dub. If you guys are familiar, Urban Dub. It's a Filipino band. Endless Silent Whisper. Because they do a lot of symbols and immediately, okay, that is crisp. No, really. Really? No, I don't think. No, it just... I'm pretty sure he's got a lot of crash in there. But it just sounds the same. Pretty sure that, like, that intro, it's not just one crash. I'm pretty sure it's just not one crash. I've seen a lot of covers. I've practiced it. Nope, nowhere close. Let me try that with a Pula Audio. I get it, yeah. So I think I get the selling point of the 5 plus 2 because it feels like in that price category it does sound like more hi-fi. And hi-fi means more treble energy. At least that's how you know, maybe beginners would see that because you hear more details, the symbols there forward, and so, you know, and you would, the perception of a treble forward IM is hi-fi, right? I mean, like, yeah, but it's changed. It's changed. I mean, probably 10 years ago, 5 years ago, um that was the case, but I think it's changing now because of like Kryn and other influencers where they have their target and people are chasing a more natural sound. I mean, personally, I actually prefer a more natural sounding set than a technically capable one. Um, yeah, so for me, resolution is actually not details. Maybe for some, that's resolution for them, but for me, resolution is the more an IEM sounds closer to real life, like timbre and everything, the more technically capable, not technically capable, the higher the resolution is, you know? That makes sense. So yeah, I guess that is all for the stream, guys. How many? Yeah, it's been an hour already. Wow, time flies so fast. But yeah, cables, placebo. And finally, my dog is offline. My dog's offline now. He's sleeping. He's probably tired chasing all those squirrels. Thank you so much, guys. Next week, expect me to talk about the Crescent. It's a well-received IM with, you know, reviews out there. I don't even know if you need my review, but you know, it's nice to be talking about a set. I know, like Zigot, people are thinking they're like the new KZ. They're just releasing lots of stuff. How many minutes have I been in? But yeah, but every time they're just hitting the mark. It's not like KZ. Yeah, they're like release heavy and it's a hit and miss. But with Zigot, it's like almost hits, and there's always something, or like you can almost always recommend their set. I know they may sound close, like say for example the Odyssey and the Lush. Like graph wise, they look really close, but it seems like they've done their research on like their pricing and who's it for, stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to their releases, you know. That's what I think. So yeah, I guess that it's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for staying. Yeah, I think I like this, not yeah, this style more, using OBS, because I can, you know, switch to my desk and show measurements and this camera here. And I don't even know if I can, like, if I use this camera too, that's also fine. And probably just switch it to this one, and I don't know. But it's good. I like it because I can control. You have background music. I have better mic, and you're not wasting your time. Because I know, like live stream, it's time, man. Like viewership, it's like it's your time, and I just wanna make it worthwhile. I don't know, like fun. I don't know. But yeah, thank you so much for staying in. Really appreciate that. See you next time. Stay safe. Bye for now.